Hello, good evening, and welcome to our 40th TKB Live.
Let's go.
We are getting ready
We have a
for
full main
YCS
deck.
Utrecht.
We have a full main deck of TKB Lives now.
We do.
40 is not a full main deck. Come on, Sam.
It is to me.
When's the last time you were at 40?
I mean, for one, I never run 40, and for two, we must have done at least like 5 or 6 with exactly the same content.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, we've made it to 40, so fanfare, yay!
That was the weakest tune I've ever. Dud.
Anyway,
Single balloon, no helium, just.
No, it still goes slowly.
I have a card on my mind. What is the card? You get one guess now.
No.
Oh no.
I'm trying to think of all the
Wonder Balloon?
Yeah, perform a pow, smile,
Smile World.
Stop kicking the table.
Pop up, or
Popera, yeah.
You can have 20 questions. Go on, I'll be nice.
God, you do treat us.
I treat you guys so well.
I am thinking it is a monster card.
It's a monster card.
Okay. I'm thinking it is a monster card with levels.
It's a monster card with a level.
Okay. I'm thinking it's a monster with 4 or less of them their levels.
It has 4 levels or fewer.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Is it dark and or light?
It's dark and a light.
Okay. Is it dark?
It's dark.
Okay.
Is it level 3?
No.
Oh no, damn it.
No.
I don't understand. Tom knows about other monsters.
Is it level 1?
No.
No. Force don't exist. And 2 just isn't even a number. So is it 3.5? One of the mythical level zeros. You got me with the old.
No, it has levels, so it can't be level 0.
No, it
Always treated as
could
level.
be like Ultimaya. It's level 4, must be.
It's a level 4. 6 questions to get to this point. It's not good progress.
Less than 1,500 attack points.
It's less than 1,500 attack points.
But does it have an effect that can be ashed?
It has an effect that can be ashed.
Okay.
Does it have an effect which activates not on the field?
It has an effect which activates not on the field.
Does it have an effect which activates on the field?
It does not have an effect that activates on the field.
Those 2 are not mutually exclusive questions.
Yes. No.
I know.
So,
You're 10 questions deep.
That's
And,
potential number of other cards.
you
have field
know,
effect
it
and not
can be
field.
ashed. It doesn't activate on the
yeah,
field.
that just knocked out all of the shadows, which is topical, so like...
Can confirm. Level 4 Darky Boys. Does it have an effect which activates in the graveyard?
It does have an effect which activates in the graveyard.
Okay, so level 4 that can be ashed in the graveyard.
Not 100% guaranteed that they're the same effect, but we'll just
sure.
blindly assume they are. Does the effect which can be ashed add a card to your hand?
It does. It does add a card to your hand.
Does that effect search?
It does search. 12 questions.
So I'm thinking it could be something like Yellow Martin.
I'm just going crazy here. Hand shuffling coasters.
Just a natural
This
thing.
is how we exist.
You're like on the subway and you got like your rail passes, like trying to pay for things. You got your like Tesco club points and your credit card, and you're giving it some. Just how it goes.
The
You
number
end
of
up
people
handing the ticket receipt to the inspector because it shuffled itself to the top of the pile.
You're like, no, can you roll a die? Change your effect. Add to hand can be searches. Does
only
it
activates not on field and does activate engrave.
Does the effect which searches specify either an exact name or an archetype?
It does.
Okay.
Does it specify an exact name?
It does not.
Okay.
Does it only add a certain card type from that archetype? Or can it add anything?
It does only add a certain card type.
Okay.
Yeah, so I agree with Gus in the chat. I think it might be Yellow Martin, but we will ask a few more questions first.
Yeah.
Does it have more than one effect?
It does have more than one effect.
Okay.
Yeah, Yellow Martin is a pretty safe bet at that point because it has multiple effects, neither of which activate on the field, one of which activates in the grave, can be ashed, and searches a specific card from an archetype.
A specific card type, specifically.
A specific card type from an archetype,
Yeah.
yes. And has less than 1500 attack.
Yep.
Does it have can it be used to link summon Durimidal?
Tell me more about Durimidal.
Winged beast, beast, or beast warrior.
It can be used. It's
Is it Yellow Martin?
Okay,
Yellow.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have my tablet here, so I don't know who got that first.
It was actually me,
Whoa.
but Gus was pretty close behind me in the chat. So, well done. Well done to Gus.
Yeah.
So-
quickly followed by Rolando.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Good job, guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I was hoping that you guys might have been caught out by a bit of text that I didn't know that card had. And if you start asking me about if it activates in hand, it does. I didn't know that.
But no,
But both of us have played Lunas, and you have not,
I've
so...
that effect many times, and I have not played a lot of Lunas.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've only ever played Lunas in traditional format.
Understandable.
They are reasonably good in traditional.
For the
Not
time
the
being.
worst. I mean, they're not getting any worse in traditional.
I mean, they very easily can get worse in traditional.
Sure, if they get hit, but the
Yeah.
the rule changes directly are not making them worse.
Yes.
No.
Maybe by, comparison.
Don't even think by comparison.
I mean,
Luna Zoo is still looking pretty.
scientist control becomes really
Yep.
good.
Yep. But I imagine most people here did not come to listen about traditional format. We don't play a lot of that.
Sometimes.
We're
getting ready for a YCS. We're getting ready for
Wait,
two
are we?
YCSs.
Why is your phone always drunk? Not even pretending to look straight.
So the three of us are heading out to Utrecht. We're flying out on Friday, and Ping is heading to Las Vegas. I don't know when he's heading out, but he might already be there for all I know. We don't know much from Ping.
Ping probably doesn't
He
know.
does his own thing. Maybe he's got a team yet by now.
Yep. We don't know anything about his third, do we? We didn't get any
Nope.
confirmation.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Sure.
We'll find out sometime.
Then we won't say anything. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, we'll all be heading out to Utrecht on Friday. We're all getting the early flight, right?
I have a 9 a.m. flight.
Yeah.
I'm on a even earlier flight than you are.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on a
KLM?
KLM flight.
Wait,
like
hang on.
7 a.m. and you're at one of
Wait,
like,
give me a
I
sec.
think I'm on the 9 a.m.
Give me a sec, because I think I may have got this wrong. Probably should check this, given I'm flying out.
So I'm on a KLM at like 7 a.m. and Tom is on one that's at like 9 a.m. like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, I'm on the 9 a.m.
Okay.
KLM flight, so yeah.
Yeah,
But we
I'm on
will all be in Utrecht in time for 3v3 on Friday. You
that.
guys?
Dangerous.
We should all be in Utrecht in time for the 3v3.
Yes.
So
Alec needs to get up in the morning.
I'm...
I need to not go to bed that night.
Oh no. So
More
Seb and
accurate.
I will be playing the 3v3 with Dan.
I mean, Dan didn't seem to know that there was a YCS this weekend.
Likelihood of me or Dan being at the venue on time on Friday. To take your bets.
Okay, so Seb and I are looking for a third to play
No,
the 3v3 with.
wait, is Alvin? No, the Irish guy's coming.
Only Dan.
Oh no!
So, Seb and I are looking for a third to play the 3v with.
Yikes.
So yeah, if you guys just send us a little deck list, let us know what you're like as a person, and
The 2-minute intro video.
yeah, well.
And we'll have our little date, and then we'll figure it out.
So Seb and I will be playing the Master Rule 5 preview event on the Friday. We'll be at the event. Come and say hi. I, for one, am pretty hyped for playing a YCS. It's been...
It feels like it's been forever.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm really excited, and I didn't play Milan, so I'm super excited because this has been my first. First YCS in a while.
It feels like it has not only been forever since we played a YCS, but it's been over a year since I played Burning Abyss for a YCS.
That is what we are all most looking forward to. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you sarcastically speak for a significant number of people.
Yeah, that is my purpose in life.
Good. I'm glad we found that out. But yeah, I for one am very hyped to play a deck that until days ago thought was doomed to failure. Now I think is probably only likely doomed to failure, but like has a non-zero chance that I could pull something out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
it at least has a plan that is good in isolation.
yeah, and for a deck that I am playing because I think it's really fun, that's good enough for me. So I am very excited to go and play this event. And for any of you guys are building VA for the event, shout out to you. I hope that you find a magical list that also works for you.
Avoid the bricks.
Avoid the bricks.
Both the brick variety and the block variety.
Yep.
I thought they were all bricks. I thought all of the cards with BA in their name were bricks.
Avoid the rocks. Avoid the.
You
BA.
can draw precisely one BA card and everything's still fine. More than that, no.
Good.
But anyway, that's what I'm hyped for. How are you guys feeling about this format?
I'm not gonna lie. I've not been particularly sold in this format. So we were talking about this on the car ride home. I feel like there's such a grievous power discrepancy between the going first decks are really, really good right now.
Yeah.
Like we felt like after the ban list a month or so ago that the power level of the format would have gone down. But the power level of the format is really high right now.
And Souls is most of the reason for that.
Souls is really good, Lunalight's really good, Pendulum is still bonkers, and now we have Shadow Invoked doing very, very silly things. Trying to beat the going first decks by playing fair Yu-Gi-Oh! Seems like an almost no-go at this point. Like, trying to break a Spiral board is just impossible. And trying to break a Lunalight board is
you can only...
but very difficult.
You can only do it with dedicated Go Second cards.
On the other side of that coin, those dedicated Go Second cards
are bonkers. Every single one of them is unbeatable in its own right. So we get this like weird meta where there's a lot of coin flipping, where it's did I open a starter, which in Spiral's case is not a lot.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's not
not
a.
a character.
Don't know what you're talking
See,
about.
usually it's not a coin flip. It's a die roll, and you're aiming for like a 2+ or maybe a 3+ if you're playing something risky. Spiral is on the coin flip.
Yeah. Like number of live hands is not as high as you'd want it to be for Spiral, but for a good amount of the other combo decks is where you'd expect it to be for a viable tier 1 combo deck.
Yeah.
But the end boards, you're just hoping to avoid the card that you can't beat. Like, some boards just cannot beat Dark Ruler no more.
Some boards can't beat Evenly.
Some boards can't beat mine. Most boards can't beat Sphere Mode. Like, most boards can't beat Nibiru nowadays. And Droll and Lockbird, and just, the list goes on and on. There's so many.
None of the
good
tier
boards
1
in
beats
second.
Droll. It's real sad.
So, we get this weird format where the power level is super high, but
they're all very
everything
fragile.
is mega fragile, not because the combo is inherently fragile, just because the answers to the combo are so good as well. So you get this like polarizing thing where you're either playing the deck to beat or the cards that beat it with other cards attached.
Okay, so on the one side of that, it does make it a very difficult landscape for building a deck to win a YCS.
Yes.
On the other side of that, and something that is not always considered for this kind of thing, but I think that makes for incredibly good live streams.
games will be exciting and swingy and like a high octane and decisive.
And we're also going to see 10 plus different decks on that live stream.
The format is wide open. Like, you can't actually just play anything. Like, there will be a high representation of what we already know is to be the best decks, but even decks from yesteryear, we still expect Salamangreat to be one of, if not the most represented deck. Orcust will still be very well represented.
Yep.
There'll be a couple of people bringing their Sky Strikers. They're probably not right, but they'll bring them.
Look, if I've abandoned Sky Strikers, everyone else should just accept it.
Except you've abandoned Sky Strikers so many times.
Only to come back.
Crawling back.
Sky Strikers, I think you mean Striker Dragon.
Yikes.
Oh boy. So with that, let's talk about the UDS.
Yeah, I for one was not expecting Rocket Dragon Link
No,
winning UDS.
No.
The last UDS, and this was a haymaker for UDS. This brought
stacked.
all of the boys out the woodwork. We saw Billy Brake cashing in his UDS points. I don't know when we last saw him playing Advanced Constructor
2017.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
But he was out there, he's playing his cards. There were loads of people just showing up. And the top 8 was full of big names.
Yeah.
So Shunping Zhu ended up winning the event with his Striker Dragon. Yeah. There was Jesse Cotton, Hani Jawahar. I butchered your name.
Hani.
Sorry, Hani. And yeah, it was just names and names, and still loads of different decks. Like, I think there were
So top
6
32.
headline deck names in the top 8, and each of the 2 decks that had a more than one representation was like one of this variety and one of this variety.
Yeah.
So like 8 distinct decks in the
Arguably
top 8.
unique decks, yeah. And top 16 was equally as diverse. Was
Yes.
something like 13 unique decks.
Yeah,
Once
but
you, like,
top 32, because it was actually a top 32 cut, was...
Oh, I appreciate that.
I thought it was top 32 Swiss for day 2. 8 round Swiss
sure.
day 1,
Maybe I just read
32
it
Swiss
wrong.
day 2, and a top 8 cut.
That is very possible.
Okay.
That is very possible. I've seen a top 32 breakdown,
Sure, yeah.
which I just assumed meant top 32 cut. But yeah, I've never actually looked in the tournament structure for UDS because I've never played one. Because
And
they
you
never
will.
I never will.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just want the belt.
Well, give it 5 years. Once the belts are no longer usable,
Do they actually have an expiry
they now have an
date?
expiry date.
Ah,
I had
yes.
no idea. That's magical.
Then there will suddenly be a significant resale market on those belts.
I mean, there's already a significant resale market on this.
True. But most of them aren't changing hands yet.
Granted, yes.
But yeah, I was pretty hyped seeing the crazy wide format, both like at the event that we attended over the weekend, at the UDS, just looking at everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
There's so much happening, and as someone who's not currently in the mindset of I need to win this YCS, I'm just really enjoying the game right now, and from that perspective, the game is so enjoyable.
Oh yeah, like I love this game at the moment. As someone who literally was not playing Yu-Gi-Oh for 2 months, and now I just love it. I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like what do you guys think of the format right now? Are you enjoying it? What's going on? Like, put a little comment down and say how you're feeling about everything, and we will get into what we were up to on the weekend. So I mentioned before we were at an event. We went and played in the regional really close by here. It's like our home regional.
About as close as we have to like a Bristol regional nowadays.
Yeah, because no one's going to rent out space in Bristol.
Well, the new shop that we've been streaming from
that's
on
true.
a Thursday,
They might.
the Manor House, they could conceivably play a regional from their space. So
They could conceivably, but
it's,
for the last
they're
few
still
years.
very new, so watch this space, I guess. But Seb, you were judging. How was that
judged.
from your end?
It was right. We had a couple of hiccups here and there with the computer just deciding like not to work and various other things. Which
things happen. Yeah.
it happened. We were still out by 8:39, which was all right.
Not awful.
For an 8-round event,
That
the
started
event
at half
did go
11.
Substantially smoother than
Yeah.
it probably should have.
It was an interesting experience. I got to do debt checks for the very first time for like the whole event, which was great.
Okay.
So I had a good time. I saw a lot of cool deck lists because I got to register a lot of them,
Yeah, you
and then I got to check a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So I saw some really weird
All
things.
sorts.
Oh boy, there was everything at that event. And first place was, I want to say Draco, but I mean a Mono Mine Turbo.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna say something close to our hearts, but as close as it really can.
Closer to Alvin's heart.
Alvin loves it.
But it was our local boy, Christian Yao,
Yep.
taking home, I believe, his first regional win.
I believe so. Yeah.
So, congrats to you, Christian. Well played. You clearly metagamed very well, and I think we all got hit by a little bit of a mine.
Mine was in most of the deck lists I checked.
Got a good bit of frying pan to the face with the old mines.
Yep. So you mined me, you got mined.
Yep, so my rounds 4, 5, and 6 were all 100% decided by mine's existence.
Wonderful.
2 not in my favor and 1 in my favor. Yep. So that was, unfortunate. And as Seb says, there was close enough to 16 decks playing mine in the top 16, and a reasonable chunk of those were on hard mine strategies. Not just like side 3 mines.
Oh yeah,
but like main 3 mines, 3 of the quick play spell, metaverse, terraforming.
Yeah. Third place was Mine Burn.
Yep.
So first and third were Mine Burn. Second was Luna.
Featuring Mystic Mine.
Featuring I'm not saying that there's no mine in it, but so everything from combo decks to hard mine strategies.
On round 8 on the X2 bracket on the table next to me was a Mine Burn mirror.
Powerful.
Oh,
The
no.
2 guys were so cool. It was magical to watch, but at the same time, it was a Mine Burn mirror. So
Okay. So I think I definitely learned that I need to respect Mystic Mine significantly more.
Yes.
I don't know how that was for you.
Having some number of outs would probably be a good idea.
Yep. So we both finished up 5 and 3.
Yep.
So not the best performance, but like we played some good games. Like I think we finished 25th and you were 20th
20th.
from like 150 players, just over. So it wasn't an abysmal performance, but not where we were hoping to be.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
lots of lessons learned, so there's definitely stuff to be taken from that and brought forward to next weekend.
Yeah, which is the important part for the regional before a YCS.
Yeah.
No, the decks will be very different next year. So
They might have outs to mine.
Yeah.
optional.
That said, I haven't yet actually fixed my deck to have some else to mine.
I ran and found a utility wire to shove in my side deck as a nod to mine's
waffle.
existence. The third out if I resolve combo to mine. And also, one of the few cards that outs resolved mine in Spiral.
Yeah. And
Do
that's,
you have a currently built deck?
yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So you have Luna still?
Yep, so I'm
Okay.
playing Luna.
Seb, you've got Spiral.
Mhm.
I obviously have BA. If you guys let us know what you guys want to see, and we will, in a moment, transition on to giving you some games to play.
Yep.
So just comment which matchup between those 3 decks you would like to see us play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What decks are you expecting to do best this weekend?
To do best this weekend.
So I think as you were mentioning, most represented is very likely to be Salamangreat and Lunalight also up there.
I think price will definitely be a very heavy contributing factor to representation of the event. I think Spiral is at that stage where it is very pricey, and that will definitely lower its
But I am
representation.
pleasantly refreshed to announce that this isn't an expensive format in the way that we thought it was going to be. There is so much by the way of decks that can compete. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned Draco, and you guys were saying it's not really a deck, but it still works.
I mean, a mono mine is a deck,
Yeah.
but it also happens to play Draco cards.
I mean, it's a viable deck, and it's cheap, and there are plenty of other viable cheap decks, and I think that plays well into seeing big attendance numbers this weekend.
I believe there is a cap of 2,200.
That is correct.
Realistically, we are expecting to hit that cap.
Yep, I think absolutely. Assuming the storm goes away, Because we've had some really bad weather in Europe over the last few weeks.
That doesn't stop the committed. Last year our flight to Utrecht was cancelled and we found a way.
Hey, I'm not saying we won't be there.
It was
I'm
cancelled.
just...
Our
10
flight
o'clock the night before. No, don't make me relive it.
Yeah, our flight was cancelled within 12 hours of us needing to be on that flight. That was a funny evening.
We made it.
We made it.
We made it. It was not.
Choo choo. Yeah, no, we were a bit doom and gloom a couple weeks ago about the format being very
Prohibitively expensive.
yeah, and being very linear in that there is just a strictly best deck or a strictly best 1 or 2 decks,
Yeah.
and you kind of need to be playing them to compete. And we got that way wrong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're totally wrong.
The
I'm
format
very
seems
glad that we got that
why-
wrong.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
the shadow cards made a big difference as well.
Yeah,
But Shadow invoked. We saw at CMS Paris, Kevin Simlali
Oh, that's true.
smashing people out the park before the Shadow structure deck even got released.
And I'll tell you what, the new shadow cards make it a lot better.
Yeah. So, like,
Particularly the fusion.
everything's going down right now. Do we have any comments about what people would like to see on the stream?
Spiral BA or Luna Spiral, I believe is the only comment.
Yeah.
But you guys want to take it away, by all means.
Yeah, sure. I'll jump on it.
Sure.
Let's do it. We'll move this out of the way for now.
Yeah, Nick T. Lunalights in isolation are a very cheap deck, but then you 100%
Soul.
need Appaloosa, and the deck really is just better with souls, unfortunately. I wanted to believe that you could try the
Time
Time
Thief.
Thief engine instead, but souls is just bonkers.
I mean, you say that as if you tried the Time Thief engine and didn't just give it back to me at the end of the day saying, I didn't play these cards.
I shuffled it. I asked you to prepare the cards the day before, and then shuffled up some test hands, and was like, nah,
Sure.
now I'm not about
So
this life.
we have here a booster box that Marcus Patel won at the regional we attended.
Yeah, he was
came
our second place.
second
Second place Luna Lights.
and
featuring mine.
managed to leave it in the footwell of my car on the way home. So
And he has messaged you.
he,
I know what he messaged you
I
about.
did- Yep.
we've sorted something out. So he's now forfeited his booster box. I will.
Ah,
I'll
good.
send him some PayPals in a bit. But if you guys want to see some high quality content, we can crack a box in a bit. But if
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
interested, we can just keep playing some games.
Right.
So Nick T, the
Hairbands.
Lunalight Fire Fist Zoo deck.
I have
Shaka,
seen
shaka.
it. Pyro
Pause.
Pair.
So I watched the
I will
profile.
go first.
I did a bit of thinking on this because I really like the idea of Lunalights with something else added to increase the ceiling of the deck. Because the deck is really strong in isolation, but it just loses to like everything. And any
So,
sounds like no.
this is not fun.
Is this what we were just talking about for
Spirals?
Yes.
This one is really unfortunate, and I will tell you why in a minute, but yeah, go ahead.
Yay.
Or
Like-
feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.
This is particularly unfortunate.
Don't play bricks.
The whole deck is bricks!
So the Lunalight cards I obviously like. The Fire Fist mini engine that you had, which was essentially just one is it Rooster. I forget the name of the one that he was playing. It's
And it was,
sendable by the link too.
Eagle.
Eagle. That sounds right. Yes. For anyone that's played Far Cry. And I think that engine
Anyone
is actually
who's been on
very
the
good.
internet.
I would probably be maining the counter trap if I was doing that, but I really like the idea of having searchable ways to out Dark Ruler No More, Mine, Evenly Matched, that kind of thing. Anything that increases the ceiling of Lunalight and adds in sort of ways to extend your combo to make up for the weaknesses of the combo, I think is really good. That said, I really don't get the idea of the 3 Barrage and the 1 Thoroughblade. Like, it just seems like there must be better level 4 extenders. He was also playing 2 of the Shade Brigandine. It's just, again, it's cute, but there just have to be better level 4 bodies that you can summon. So that part I'm less sold on, but yeah, the Fire Fisty engine I think is quite good.
I feel like I'm just dead.
You're probably just dead.
Yeah. This feels like a lot of death.
It's gonna be death. I'm just deciding which order.
You're already at 700.
I mean, yeah, it just can you put the last 700 on board?
I'm just deciding how to put the last 700
Sure.
on board at this point.
Style points would say Barbar, but
Barbar is not in the main.
oh, sad. Probably right, but sad.
You haven't used Cherubini yet, have you?
I haven't
he's
used
not
Cherubini
changed
yet.
There's Link for Phoenix and Sense here.
It's an option, but I don't think Phoenix would be the thing to link for here.
No, just any Link 2 just to get Farfa off the field so you can sear it back, and then you can roll sword.
These are all facts.
I have more cards that I could play in my hand, but yeah, we'll stop wasting time here.
Okay, let's just go to a game 2.
Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to work out what was the best thing that I can do with my Destrudo, but sadly I was had the Mare in hand, and you had nothing to destroy it
Yeah,
anyway.
so I opened the Foolish Goods to make my any two Spiral monsters good, but also opened the Assault, which meant I could not send it with my Foolish Goods to make my any two Spiral monsters good.
So this is just one of those fringe cases where Spiral can't work, but there are so many of those fringe cases.
There are a lot of them, and it's a real pain, because you'd think it'd be fine, but...
Yeah, the starter to engine piece ratio in Spiral is just really lacking. The engine is just huge, and not a single one of those cards you want in your hand.
Yeah, more or less.
Actually, ginormagantuan.
I mean, I think the thing about Spiral is that there are so many good combinations of two cards, but there are also so many bad combinations. And that's you think, oh well, as long as I draw any one of, it's good to play more spells and traps because I can send them with souls, but you don't always open souls. And then you're like, okay, but maybe I should place them on monsters. And then, it just isn't great.
Doesn't quite work out.
Yeah.
So Maximilian slightly earlier asked asked what we think of Nibiru at the moment, given the Shadow Invoked and the Striker Dragon deck.
Pretty good.
We think Nibiru is really good again. So there was a time when Nibiru was not the one, and that was when we thought Spiral was going to be 50% of the format. At least in Europe, Lunalight seems to be way more popular than Spiral. Again,
and it does not reliably make...
That will be partially because of the price factor, and partially just because people think it is a more resilient deck, and it can run hand traps itself, making it substantially better at going second. And the new version of Lunalights is not making Appaloosa ever. It is doing the whole Redoer plus Lambda combo to search Gamma, and that deck gets absolutely destroyed by Nibiru, as well as Salamangrates we think are still very popular. That deck can never beat Nibiru. Heroes will still be about. That deck can never beat Nibiru. Nibiru is slightly awkward against the Invoked Shadow deck, both because they have outs to just make Mechaba at any given time, and also you cannot Nibiru when Winda is on the field.
Yeah.
Because Nibiru special summons twice, which Winda won't let you do. So Nibiru will very rarely stop your opponent from being able to at least end on a Winda. And quite often they can just extend past the Nibiru once you have given it to them, because it gives them a light monster to start fusing for construct with. So I don't think Nibiru is the best against the Shadow deck, but against all the stuff that we currently know about, or all the stuff that we've been playing against for the last week or two, we think Nibiru has actually come full circle and become good again.
Yeah, there is enough Spiral that, again, just
100%.
doesn't really care, and I think the Shadow deck will actually be quite popular.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I wouldn't be rushing to put Nibiru in my main deck. because of that.
Much more of a consideration for it to be the first hand trap in your side deck, as opposed to, triple droll isn't necessarily the one anymore, but it's still very
Droll
good.
pretty.
Lancia was in at least my side deck this weekend. And
Lancia
is now in the ballpark for considering to swap that to Nibiru, that kind of thing. There are options now. Yeah, Brobel would like to see the Starlight Lightning Storm. So would we.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those.
I mean, you should have bought the box then.
I opened my Judge Comp. There was no Lightning Storm of any description.
QQ, I only pulled one last week. QQ. Lucas is asking my opinion on the best version of Lunalights. I was just on pure Lunalights with Magician's Souls. I felt like the end combo was strong enough given the metagame I was expecting.
Yeah.
The issue is the normal combo I was doing had 0 outs to mine. And there was a lot of mine at our regional at least.
Many mines.
Far for the Winder and Dante the Libic?
Chain? Oh wait, you have a Lapalooza on board. I'm gonna
give it that.
I was just literally so tired and I was paying attention to Alex's comment. It's fine. It's all fine. It's too late. I don't think it was a good point to Lancia, regardless.
Just when you summoned the Farfa.
Sure.
There's other stuff that I can do if I get Lancia at that point. It doesn't end as strongly as this would, but there are other lines I can take.
And he does just leave the Cherub. You can leave the Cherubini there, and the window's still there.
Did you make the? No, you have to instant fusion for the window before the Appaloosa, right?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. So at that point, you just get you get Lancia, and then you just pass turn, don't you?
Yeah.
Just with the Cherubini window on field.
But Cherubini window, not bad. We think.
Options for Lunalight, I really, really like the idea of instant fusion in Lunalight, if there was extra deck space for it. I think the card is just bonkers in isolation, being able to go first and either set up Millennium Eyes, so that you can do all your searches past
This
draw,
is currently 16?
Yeah.
or
Resort?
to...
Okay.
Or to be able to set up Window Lock. The new Ignister rank 4 lets you effectively win the Dingirsu. The Ignister rank 4 just protects...
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Boxar guy.
Boxar guy.
He protects your window from instant fusion destroying it. So you get to do exactly the same thing as Orcus used to be doing with the Dingirsu. So that's a very viable option for Lunalight if you wanted to go that route. I don't necessarily think it helps you in any way. It's still, your deck still loses to mine, Nibiru, evenly. Slightly less evenly, but still evenly.
Still gonna just do this.
Okay.
Yeah, Dark Ruler no more, all that kind of jazz. So, you're still having a bad time in a lot of situations, but it's another card that is very good, and instant fusion can always just be pitched on
And
souls.
then I will use my Souls effect to send 2. Mr. Krause is feeling it a long time ago. Well, not an awful lot I can do here. We'll put the Lancia back to keep Resort alive. And pass turn. Window's very good, and I did not draw an out to it. I am playing outs to it. I just haven't drawn one.
Kinda did.
Kinda. Ish. Not really. He's too late.
It is too late.
He's too late.
Oh, and to finish that, I was playing the Redoer Gamma Lambda package. I think that version in isolation is much better than the vanilla version that's just doing Curious into Appaloosa. I really, really didn't like ending on 2 material Appaloosa. It just got tanked over all the time. So was very much enjoying the Lambda Gamma plan. It just means that if your board doesn't get broken, then you're 100% locked to win the game, as opposed to just a 80% locked to win the game.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it does mean that you lose into very real hard.
Big think.
Yes, Cross Sheep has gone up quite a bit. That is an expensive name rare.
Hoping to get one in the box.
Hoping to get one in the box.
Yeah.
Spoken about name rare.
Yes. I pulled 0 in my box.
Yikes.
Effect.
Nick T's super invocations in Europe on card market are about 20 to 25 euros. That kind of ballpark.
Don't know which way
Secrets are bordering 30 euros, and ultis are whatever you can try and buy them for. The cheapest English ultis on card market are in the 85-90 bracket. So yeah, Invoked has gone up a substantial amount.
Battle phase. Declare an attack. Damage step drones. Target my super agent. 2 gains 1,000. 6,700. Still in the battle phase. We'll bring this back and attack over your Cobra. Because may as well.
Nick T does bring up a very, very good plan.
And the Memphis 2 plan.
Your going first window lock plan is really not the one against super poly shadows.
Yikes.
And just like that, Tom was no longer looking forward to the YCS this weekend.
Do they play the wind one?
They don't need to. No, they
understand.
No, they do.
I mean, your normal field is usually Cherubini plus Winda.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And they can also just, summon a monster, and then...
Monster.
It's fine, it's fine.
Helix for monster.
Right. Yikes.
Grab.
Rolando was
This effect.
3 boxes, 1 sheep.
Ooh, yikes.
Okay, sheep and lightning storm in this box.
And, not to be greedy, but, prismatic Spanish striker.
Yeah. It's barely even playable, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Orsa.
Yeah, it's super weird, because we genuinely were getting very low on Super Poly going into this weekend. The diversity of decks, again, because we saw the meta just becoming much wider than we thought it was going to be. Super Poly became really difficult to support because you needed so many different targets. So we all just kind of gave up on Super Poly's existence. But yeah, when you're playing Shadows,
when your extra deck is already full of fusion monsters, there isn't that much of a price associated with it.
Mech Invoked always really enjoyed Super Poly because you always had targets, just 100% of the time.
From what I recall,
100%
the second place UDS list was only siding in the Starving Venom.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they had no main deck targets other than Invoked.
Go ahead.
That sounds right.
So, Winda is beatable, as it turns out.
We got there, boys.
Hard drawing the sleeper really helps.
Okay.
Snack is fine. Probably not going to Appaloosa the snack, but just activates
1,
again.
2, 3, 4.
4. Did it.
Affecting Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
It's slightly weird because Super Poly is in this kind of this okay state at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not going to
It is a fringe but decent card for sort of side decks or for mirror matches at the moment. But that card is going to get bonkers in Master Rule 5. Super Poly and Instant Fusion.
You say that, but extra deck space becomes so much more premium at that point.
No, because you don't have to play your links.
But you still want to play all of the links because they're still bonkers.
Yeah, but you're no longer playing your gravity controller, and you're probably not your Almirages in a good amount of decks, that kind of stuff.
Sure, that's pretty fringe. I'm looking at my extra deck right now and thinking, there's not a lot of cuts that I'd be making here.
Yeah. I mean, my Spiral deck isn't playing a lot more, but It probably sticks to what it knows.
No, Spiral will start doing something much better than trying to try gate.
Probably. But it's fine.
Like, once you can start putting multiple rank 4s on board, rank 4s are really good.
Spiral doesn't really play a lot of good ways to get to 4s, though. Like, it obviously plays, Super Agent. It plays probably at least one tough, probably just one.
You have just all the monster reborns in the world for them. If you need to.
Kind of.
You play a lot of monster reborns in that deck. It'll be weird to see all the, for the people that haven't been keeping up with any of the European content being released, we now have the side event structure for YCS Utrecht, and that is featuring
MR5.
a substantial number of Master Rule 5 side events.
Yeah, I really want to build Synchro Hand Loop.
That's just the one that everyone wants to get out of their system.
Hey, look, I want to summon my Junk Speeder and I want to do things with it.
Things will be done.
I'll still summon 5 monsters.
Yeah.
So, Monster Coddle.
Nah. Oh.
Whoops.
Was that Cobra?
No, that was Reclusia.
Okay, every card in your deck looks the same. It's just darkness with
Monster
a hint
Coddle.
of blue.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So we use the
Sometimes
effects.
that blue is slightly purple.
So this, and I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because this seems significantly better than my other options.
Tom, Maro Hattori is asking if there are any alternatives to dangers in your deck.
Target big hair check. I should probably chain a crow to that. Probably. How many cards in hand?
2.
Nibiru?
Sure. Like, that's really good. Precisely because you had both Crow and Nibiru.
Gotta have something.
But, yeah. I will pass on that.
Gizmek.
Like, yeah. My hand was fine with either Nibiru or Crow. It just so happens that it did not beat both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I also take 2,000 in the end phase. Even better.
So,
What exactly is the text? He did not normal summon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Take 2,000.
I thought you just had to summon it.
No.
So what you're telling me is you're at 6,000.
6K, yeah.
Okay.
So you need another, like, 1,500. 1,550.
I need another 550.
500 and- yeah.
Oh, but yeah, sure.
No.
So if I summon Darling Tonia Cobra and then
Yeah.
banish 3.
Yeah. That was a very unfortunate combination of hand traps.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
You're
fine with
yelling
that.
BA as if
Any BA happened there.
I could have also gone with Libic Kill Itself Summon Seer.
Power play.
But I'm pretty sure normal summon Cobra is just better.
Bigger. Got that girth.
No, it's only 1k.
It is
The
smaller.
Seer would have been 1,600.
Oh, yeah. The other one's like 12 or something.
Orphis is, Scorpion is 12.
Love it.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate combination of hand traps.
Yeah, that was
Perfectly beatable normally, but yeah, just that combination.
that was exactly my description earlier of you're never beating your board if you don't have the dedicated go and second cards, but when you have them, game looks real easy.
So, are we tagging in for some Luna here?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
And we need some souls.
Okay, so we won't be playing any Luna versus Spiral, because between the 3 of us, we only own 3...
I can just play without souls. Like that's no fun.
Okay.
We never drew it anyway. Spoiler, I drew it a lot. It's really good.
Do you have other cards in that deck currently that make up to 40 cards?
77's fine. I'm just not drawing the souls.
Sure.
Game's too easy when you draw good cards.
So, yeah, sorry, Marihatori, I was
Nothing.
busy
It was almost
absolutely
something.
demolishing Seb whilst your question came through.
That was not
Are
low.
there alternatives to the danger cards in
Not
Burning
low.
Abyss deck? Honestly, the dangers are comfortably the best level 3 extenders going right now. If you can't get your hands on them, there are more Crusadia cards that you could play, but that gets a little bit risky because you need to get to that first Link monster before you can use them. You have other options like Gallus. If you choose not to play Called by the Grave, which isn't necessary, at that point my current list is only playing 4 spells, so you could play Gallus. It's an option, it's not the best option, but it is a suitable replacement for dangers. And then there are also things that you could consider like Marauding Captain, Junk Forward, just other monsters that put level 3 bodies on board. One of the most important functions of those danger monsters is that it puts back together your way into the first Cherubini
That doesn't sound like
in the
Tiger.
hands that otherwise weren't really getting you any ground.
That's basically just Tiger.
I have all the things. It's just I started with one of each of them, the main decky, the not tigers, and then drew the second yellow as my draw. Just how it is. So I will not be activating my Kaleido check.
Huh. Funny that. Huh.
Neat. And then
I probably would have used Bird to send your Martin, because it triggers your Martin.
because I already have the trap.
Oh, okay, sure. You just have everything.
I have all of the Lunalight cards.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
This doesn't end particularly well for me then.
Oh, this is the Wombo.
Yeah.
N50s asks what changes did I make after Thursday. I cut a lot of bricks from the deck. I didn't like the Malicious, I didn't like the Sulkius, I didn't like the Rhino Warrior, they're all gone.
And then you added a lot more bricks.
Nibiru's a brick, kinda?
He's a rock.
Second Cobra.
He's a big rock, which is kinda like a brick.
Yes.
Yeah, I put in the second Darlingtonia Cobra, because drawing the Darlingtonia
that's
Cobra sucks. And then I proceeded in game 1 of round 1 to open with 2 Darlingtonia Cobra, which still sucked, but I won that game, so it's all fine.
Yeah.
Jay Patel asks a really cool question here. I think we can all give an answer to this one. What was the most interesting deck that you saw yesterday?
I lost to trains.
I did see you losing to trains.
I lost to mine, but I lost to trains.
Game 2 wasn't a Mystic Mine game, was it?
No. I lost to Nibiru game 2. Yeah.
Just got pretty trained.
No, he went first and ended on a mediocre board, and I had...
Yeah, it was
Gamma.
the Gamma that didn't do enough because you needed to resolve the Gamma.
I needed to resolve the Gamma on his train stuff to clear the way for my attack per game, and then he had Nibiru.
Yeah,
And yeah.
that was pretty heavy.
Yeah, we were dead from there.
And Seb, what was the most interesting deck that you saw?
I'm trying to think about this, because obviously I saw a lot of lists yesterday. And a lot of them were just like what you'd expect. So a lot of, there were a lot of Luna lists. They basically all had mine.
Trigger.
Yeah. They were all just, everything had mine.
It's everywhere.
In terms of interesting things that I saw, there was like a crazy 60 card Orcus list that someone submitted that I never got to see in action.
My kind of guy.
I mean, I was watching the top tables and I never saw this in action, so take from that what you will. But it was still a cool list. So
Yeah. The favourite deck for me from yesterday was my round 5 opponent. I think it was round 5.
I see.
No, round 5 I think I played against Alex, so it would have been my round 6 opponent. I played against pure scraps. And unfortunately he made a misplay that completely cost him. But the deck, when it goes off, does a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. It pops a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Really? Sure.
So we got another question coming from Max Emilian. Playing a going first deck, in this case Salamangreat, would you guys prefer 2 copies of Different Dimension Ground, Anti-Spell Fragrance, or Summon Limit? So this is a pretty narrow question in one regard, but what is the right thing to choose for a trap card if you're choosing first? What covers the most matchups? What has the most viability?
So we've actually been talking about this a reasonable amount. There's quite a few good choices. The one that people started on in Spiral was Solemn Judgment, as an answer to Dark Ruler No More and Evenly Matched specifically. If you're playing Salamangreat, something like that, Solemn Judgment is probably already in your list anyway, and if it isn't, it's probably already in your side anyway, because trap decks, once you know...
Salamangreat already has access to Raw, so it's much less reliant on having that counter to that.
Very possibly. Yeah, true.
Max here has suggested Different Dimension Ground, Anti-Spell, or Summon Limit. Now, we hadn't really considered Summon Limit or Different Dimension Ground in our considerations.
Because we were more thinking of trap decks to side in combo decks.
Yeah.
Cerberus. How much value do you have in here? Literally just trapping big hair.
So of those 3, I personally feel like Different Dimension Ground might be a great choice right now.
Yeah.
Is it? It seems like it's everything.
The slightly awkward thing is I believe Different Dimension Ground is double-sided.
Yes, that is correct.
So if your opponent does start doing things to beat your board, I think on Summon, I will do effective this.
Yeah.
And make
So the double-sidedness of Different Dimension Ground isn't such a big issue for Salamangreat at the moment, because they typically are only ending on Dweller. Well, no, you wouldn't end on Dweller with a Different Dimension Ground. They end on a rank 4 and the Sunlight Wolf.
Cards would have been nice.
What would be your rank 4 of choice backing up a Different Dimension Ground?
Baguska.
Okay.
So, I was talking to Marcus Patel a bit before the regional this weekend on best things to end on in Lunalights, which is largely the same question, just which rank 4s / link stuff is the best to end on. And we came to the conclusion that Baguska was the one. My theory on it is that it has the best coverage for a bunch of fringe stuff. It stops you getting attacked by Meluseek, which is quite important for decks that have like single pieces of interaction on the board and have central pieces that are floodgatey. Salamangreats can never beat it, that kind of thing. It's a floodgate for multiple turns if you need it to be. So quite high on Baguska at the moment. But the alternative to that is
Dweller.
Yeah, Dweller resolves once and doesn't lose to Dark Ruler No More, evenly matched Sphere mode.
Just spiral drawing ways into like.
So yeah, would you be more
Baguska's not the issue
with Dweller Anti-Spell or Baguska Dimension Ground?
I think Anti-Spell is just a bonkers card right now.
Okay, so Dweller Anti-Spell we're going for as our suggestion.
Yeah, I think as a just standalone going first card, Anti-Spell is just really, really good.
Harry Moore asks, did I play against any Invoke? Yeah, I played against 2. I played against 1 Mechna Invoked and 1 Dino Invoked. I got bodied by Dino Invoked. But the Mech Knight, I just managed to pull through and scrape a win from that one. It's just saving pieces of interaction for when they really have the most impact, I guess. And yeah, I'm not sure there's much more to it than that. Aside from Kaliga, the Invoke deck doesn't put up a large number of pieces of interaction, so you can just break through it at the moment.
Yeah, like Mech Invoked cannot go first. Like Kaliga, Almirage is its only real opening. And if you have any single piece of removal for that, then they kind of just fold.
So, Gabriel Nets has commented here, suggesting that you could have made Tiger King there. Are you playing a Tiger King at the moment?
I'm not currently playing Tiger King.
So this was a deep point of contention. I mentioned obviously we were riding to the event with Marcus Patel.
Yeah.
He is very big on Tiger King right now. So what made you decide to not play that? Because
it's just extra deck space. Like, so Marcus was not playing Double or Nothing, so had the 2 extra slots in the extra deck because of not playing Utopia plus Utopia Double. Whereas I'm still very fond of Double or Nothing. It's just the easiest way to win against the kind of like sticky control-y decks like Orcust and Salamangrates. I think it's where it has the most value. So yeah, I wanted to play Double or Nothing. Also, if you're on the mine plan for going second, then it is the easiest way to kill people once you have mined them. So yeah, you get a lot of extra space. I fully concede that Tiger King is amazing and probably should be played over something. It's just trying to find space. I was siding 3 extra deck cards this weekend, so it kind of shows how many cards you want in Lunalight.
Oh yeah, Luna just wants everything, doesn't it?
So, like, there's currently 18 cards here.
should have just put 3 in the main.
I would have. I put a random Lancia in the main because I had 16 cards in the side deck because 3 of them were extra cards.
Yeah, boost that by 600. Effect, grab.
Well, yeah, Tiger King is very good. It does genuinely solve a reasonable number of problems going second. Its negate effect is very strong, and when combined with souls, it guarantees that you always have a free +1 for that souls.
Yeah. That does. You're making me wonder why you're not playing it at this point.
Just space.
Okay.
Just space.
Ruben Cowpert. I can't decide to play Lunalight or Shadow Invoked in Utrecht. Any recommendations on how to find out?
Resort.
You're going to need to shuffle up and play some, is usually how you go about it.
So,
do you think there's
I'm gonna
decks
actually use
that
a
you
resort
can solitaire, or is this, it needs to be real or dual
monster.
to get that testing in?
To get, like, depending on what stage you are with the decks, whether you actually know anything about them or whether you just like the idea of them, solitairing is always the first thing I would do just to get some reps in and actually figure out what they do. Like, first time I picked up Lunalight this format, I was like, Chick Tiger doesn't do nearly as much as I actually want it to, and kind of put the deck down for a little bit until people much more intelligent than me figured out much better things to be doing with Redoer.
Reader are pretty good.
Yeah, good card, has been known.
Really?
So that's like the stage 1, figure out if you even like the deck, or if you even like the play patterns of it. And then once you have some, like, once you at least are competent to the level competent to the level of knowing what you're doing, then yeah, play some real games. Playing games against real opponents, going second, is substantially different from figuring out just how to combo off most efficiently. And you'll at that point you realistically will get some idea of which one you like.
Yeah. So, I lose to double evenly matched. And I lose to Dark Ruler. But it's fine.
We have like double cold by.
I searched Wire.
Sure.
Harry Moore also pointing out on the Tiger King discussion that it forces 2 negates from an Appaloosa from a single rank 4.
Yeah, true.
It's really...
It does.
Oh, does it?
I mean, yes.
Is it? Sure.
I mean, one is Search Tiger, and the second one is Negate Appaloosa.
Sure.
So, yes.
Yeah, sure. Search Tiger are pretty good.
So does Exton Knight. I was citing the Exton Knight for anything that I didn't need Utopia against, or one of Baguska or Dweller, or any of the Viger decks. and that's in the same ballpark. Like, Appaloosa really isn't a problem for Lunalight, to be honest. Like, your entire deck revolves around
Tiger.
Yeah.
And Kaleido Chick isn't exactly getting negated.
Yeah.
It will. They'll just regret it.
Baby. Start this.
I accept.
Yeah.
1 to 6. 6.
For the devs asks, what's the synergy with dinos and invoked? So,
What is the synergy with dinos and Invoked?
John,
a large
tag in.
part of what you do is set up on turn 1 on Kaliga. Now, Kaliga says you can only activate 1 monster effect and only attack with 1 monster per turn. Pairs real nicely with Ultimate Conductor. He can still attack everything that your opponent controls, because he's the only guy attacking. So, you have a nice flip down effect on your Ultimate Conductor as your 1 effect for your opponent's turn, or you can use your Alistair in hand to boost your Kaliga if you need to do that to keep it alive. You've got, an option of different protection effects to sit on your board, and then you aren't really held back by the only being able to attack with 1 monster part. So you can sort of get the best of both worlds by sitting on a nice floodgate and still being able to be aggressive underneath it.
You have 4 in hand still.
4 hands.
Think I'm gonna sleeper kill them 2.
Yeah.
You and Barrett, from now until after the main event in Utrecht, I'm probably not going to be putting out any more deck lists. Any further development that I'm doing at this point is likely to be what I will end up playing for the YCS. So I'll still be playing games. You can pick up what you can get from that, but as to exactly what's in my list, I'm not going to be showing anything that gives exact ratios and everything. So you have that to look forward to next week. By Monday, if anyone still wants to know what I'm playing at that point, I will happily share a list.
When are you guys back from Utrecht?
We are getting the late flight back from
exactly.
Utrecht. So if there is 4G signal at Amsterdam Airport,
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
we can run TKB Live Airport Edition.
Yeah. I will be safely back in the UK by then. I have to get a late Sunday flight because I have to work on Monday. But
Dennis might have other ideas.
Prince Moloch, yes.
hey, look, if Dennis has other
us-
ideas, then I'll happily call work and let them know.
All 3 of us here and Daniel will be in Utrecht this weekend, so come along and say hi.
Even though Dan doesn't think so.
Yes, Dan seems to have forgotten that we had anything running this weekend.
No, there's only Pokemon this weekend.
I definitely just didn't side, but it's fine.
Well, neither did I. I saw you not siding.
Well, I sided game 2.
Oh, I haven't sided
Not
at all.
game 3.
You
Just
better.
not game 3. It's fine, you can go first.
I have a real hand traps in my deck, so I can actually win a game going second in theory.
But I decided for going first in game 2. Yeah.
LT Grey. Gamma.
No.
Oh, get wrecked.
No.
It is the double hander, but
Yeah, but like you still just open Gamma.
I mean, like this is my hand.
It's still a bad one.
we're dead here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can be done.
We haven't played Luna BA.
Yeah.
Do we crack a box before Luna BA?
I think we crack a box before Luna BA.
What's time?
It is 8:10. We can either go straight into the next match or crack a box.
It's Crackbox.
Let's crack box.
Then we can play Booster Wars.
Oh yes.
Thank you, Marcus, for winning this and leaving it in my car.
Intentional sale of box.
Most. Right, guys.
So we're splitting it into 3, and we need to see who wins the polls.
Okay.
You need to give it a shuffle because
Yeah.
boxes nowadays are
Very mapped.
Oh dear.
So 24, so 8 each.
mathematical. Look at you.
Hey, look, I can do some maths. Not a lot of maths, but some. I did miscount many extra decks yesterday.
Let's see. 3, 7, 8, 4, 8, and that should leave me with also 8 packs. Yeah, we
With 9 packs.
successfully counted. Woo!
ASMR.
Nothing.
F.
Oh no, a bad secret.
Oh no, we've already pulled 2 secrets and they're both trash.
This isn't bad at all.
Sure, but
All
cross sheep.
the Thunder Patrols are fine.
Yeah, I found
Okay, we have the combo.
I found one of the Thunder Patrols in my box from yesterday. It was Dungeon Comp. Follows better than.
Praying for the sheep to dig me up the doldrums.
Yep. That's not a sheep's.
What a prismatic.
Yeah, prismatic would work.
That also works. Yes. None of the ultras are good in this, are they?
I have
Oh!
no idea.
Cross sheep.
I'm gonna put that in the secret pile because it's better than all the secrets. So.
I didn't actually own one of those yet, so I'm reasonably happy to have pulled one.
I also don't own a cross sheep. Funnily that.
Don't think anyone owns this either. People have just forgotten that card exists.
Yeah. Definitely forgot that was in the set.
Yeah. That card's really getting keyed.
Wind Pegasus at Ignister.
It is level 6 Synchro,
Level 7.
level 7 Synchro, on summon,
Even that is better, by the way.
non-targeting, destroy a back row. When it leaves the field, non-targeting, send a card on the field to graveyard, something like that. Like banish it from graveyard to send a card on field.
Yeah.
So I pulled 3 ultras.
And I did not pull any
There was
ultras.
1 ultra here.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then, yeah, I pulled the sheep.
Sheep
Duh.
saves box.
Sheep.
Sheep save Bok. This Earth Golem at Ignister is also kind of interesting because he's another thing you can fuse salads into because they just gave you lots of super poly targets for salads.
Yeah, it's now the best alternative to either the Salad
Diplexer.
Fusion or Diplexer Chimera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone needs any of this, except for maybe the cross sheep that I actually want to keep, drop me a message. But
Value down.
we'll play another game. We've got time.
You guys play. Alex, you want souls this time?
Sure.
Just. Right. So this time Alec actually gets to play the souls because. Yeah.
Fine. You don't need them. Did I need them? Did it look like I needed them? Just getting in the way of my Gamma plus Tiger Chick.
Gamma plus, yeah.
I was like, here, it's the perfect bait for that droll that I feel like you might have. And then he drolled me.
I did draw you. It did not work very well.
Worked beautifully. Don't know what I was going to do with all that link rating.
Yeah, Prince Marvel also points out that with Wind Witches, you can now just play the Pegasus instead of any of the Wind Witch stuff.
Oh, yeah, very true.
'Cause it
That's
is very
significantly
weird.
better.
Just,
Yep.
like, free value.
Yeah, and Wind Witches get significantly better in a month and a bit.
Everything gets better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Wind Witches don't summon your Needle Fiber, which makes them slightly worse.
Yikes.
Needle Fiber, not Wind.
I can confirm.
Yeah, but Wind Wedges were always a sort of thing that you put in your deck that doesn't really do that much.
I mean, unbeatable Crystal Wing definitely was better than not much.
Yeah.
Also, your Invoke
No, your deck
did
that otherwise
things.
doesn't do
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Invoke did reasonable things.
Yeah, but not turn 1.
Summon Raijin.
I could see Wind Witch Invoked being a thing again. That is pair 1s for
I'm
me.
straight.
Oh, savaged.
Feel like Alex might win.
Not straight. Okay. Okay, we did it.
Oh.
I was looking at my 4, I was like, this is not a playable hand.
And that was the 5. Yeah, that's all good.
That can happen.
Actually, no, let's do this in the correct order, because we're sensible people.
No, don't be sensible. Yeah, that's fine.
No es bueno. Let's get it.
Okay. And what is the sensible order about this? Yeah, no response.
I mean, keep my gamma alive. You
Oh, sure.
Gamma, good card. Driver, not so good card, but seems equally weighted towards Alex's hand.
Like, Gamma loves me, but I just don't mind. Like, you get to discard him, and then you don't need to shuffle your deck when you Gamma them. It's just all upside. Gotta think of the value.
Playing around time.
Hey, look, time is very important these days.
This is just vanilla.
Yep.
No, this is summoned with this. So now I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to DD Crow something. Yeah.
Clear that one.
Still no.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
It's like I got a bit crow. I have to
It's in the
try and
graveyard. I
something.
literally said this.
You don't have to shuffle.
Like, no, if you have the Nibiru, then you just accept it. But, is there anything better I can do? No, because this is just vanilla combo on it.
That's a you question.
For this guy.
Nibiru?
Yeah, I'll do.
So, does your guy here have to trigger in the main phase?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was wondering if you could just go to the end phase and then do him, so you couldn't be Nibiru.
Oh, sorry, that's the question. Except in damage step, fair. Yeah, you never really do this because you want to detach from the redo or attach the extender combo.
Okay.
So like this, part never comes up.
But with that particular hand, you weren't extending with the detach, so it would have been a. So how big is this? It's big, isn't it?
Huge.
We'll still put it in attack. I'm either going to clear it or I'm going to lose. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Lone fire.
Good, we got the lone fires.
Yeah.
Um,
Lone fire.
So, given this is quite a topical question, what do you think about the combo with Cross Sheep, with Lone Fire Blossom and Predaplant Engine?
I don't know this combo yet. I've heard people mentioning the idea of playing Cross Sheep in BA. Because I didn't own a Cross Sheep, I did not look up the combos involving Cross Sheep because I knew that they were expensive and I just wait until I came across one.
Yeah, sounds fair enough.
So, yeah, if somebody wants to send me a message with what I actually do now that I own a Cross Sheep, maybe that's something I would rather be doing than what I'm doing right now. Am I going to add another card to my hand this turn?
No, you already have lethal.
Don't think I'm adding another card to my hand this turn.
Yeah.
Alright, this is already 8k.
Okay,
Or 9k.
good enough.
Something about reviving Lone Fire with Cross Sheep.
Okay. Yeah, there could be some grounds there.
I don't know what the thing was.
There's... Oh, yeah, no, I've got some cool combos. Okay, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff on the brain now.
Yeah, I've no doubt this involves block, and then you're just making that beast.
Oh no, I'm not touching Block Dragon.
Yeah, Alec. Lucas asks, why do you not like Time Thieves?
The main deck cards.
Yeah.
You need to already be getting to a rank 4 for the Time Thief cards to be good. Was my main concern. So you need to have already realistically gotten to Chick Tiger before you can play any of your Time Thief cards. So like in isolation, the level 4 that searches is really, really good and does fix all the problems of the deck, giving you an out to evenly matched Mine, Dark Ruler No More. But yeah, you need to already be going for those cards to be good, which I just prefer more cards that get me started. Because the normal combo should be good enough outside of the worlds where your opponent opens the going second cards. And to introduce a Garnet to the deck, which, you know,
Garnets.
is what it is.
Yeah, Garnets on the card list.
Yeah. Correct.
Jackalope.
1, 2. 3, 4.
Wanted you to hit the Jackalope.
Because if I hit the Jackalope, you could guaranteed search the Zephyros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So I wasn't sure in that moment whether it was correct to crow the Martin or crow the Perfume.
No, definitely not correct to Crow the Martin.
Okay.
Like, if I just have any one extender, then the combo is just totally fine.
Okay. So if I let you summon it and then
Yeah, this is where
search your Zephyros and then I crow the Perfume, you're in a much worse place.
this is where the Tiger King would be nice.
Tom, have you given any thought to BA in Master Rule 5?
No.
Okay.
We're going to have a new ban list.
Let's do the good. No, that would work.
But we have a weekend. This weekend.
Yeah, but I want to play the 3v3. In Europe, we don't get a lot of 3v3 opportunity, so I want to make the most of that.
Yeah, that's fair. Alec might exist for the 3v3.
I'll be there earlier than you are, so.
That
If you wake
get
up.
on your flight.
Yeah. Don't know where all this lack of faith is coming from.
To be fair, he did make that flight.
Yeah.
That flight.
Don't know what you're talking about. Fix this.
So for those of you who don't know the story,
Okay.
Alec. So Tom and I were at the airport, waiting for our flight to Dublin for a double regional weekend last year. And there was no Alec.
I
So we-
assumed that Seb, taking the bus to the airport, did the thing that you do when you get the bus to the airport and made sure that Alec was alive. Seb had yet to fly with Alec. No, that's not true. You'd yet to fly with Alec without me
yeah.
also being present to hold both of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't realise that you had to call Alec to check that he was alive.
Correct.
Alec was not alive.
Alec was very dead. He was very much still asleep. This was about 40 minutes before our flight was meant to take off.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And he still made it to the airport. He was
Just when I got there.
He showed up literally as we were like the last few people boarding the aircraft.
Yeah. A wizard arrives exactly as he intends, when he intends to.
So yeah.
No, this is not yet.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully the 3v3 will happen, because that will be my very first time ever playing a 3v3 event. I've never played any of the side events before, and I'd really like to play a 3v3 YCS. But yeah, maybe one day Europe will get a 3v3 YCS. Who knows? It's, I'm sure, being discussed by the good people somewhere in Konami.
Please. Please.
I'm sure they are. Sure, they're working on it.
Where's the boy?
Ooh. Yikes.
And then end phase, I will resolve Lambda. And then resolve Redoer. And then pass to you.
Okay. Okay. Indeed.
Yeah, so the reason we've been making Baguska here, even though it has the negative synergy with this, is that it protects people from just summoning a 1900 stick and attacking over this. So, like, this is both a floodgate and protection for your other pieces of interaction.
Wait, there are lots of 1900 vanillas in this format?
What? Impossible. And it's also just Baguska, who is really good. But again, contributes to my hatred for Dark Ruler No More and Evenly Matched and all that kind of jazz.
So I have reason to believe you probably have a Gamma in hand.
I don't know. Might have searched the Delta.
That is a thing people are doing, by the way, to play around mine. It's
But only mine, not Dark Ruler.
no. It does not help you against Dark Ruler.
Do I have an out to that? I have a greedy out.
Good.
Effective Seer.
Sure.
Normal summon.
Sure.
Effect of Farfa, target.
Target Grumble.
So I'm wondering if I'm ever going to summon anything that will need to activate in defense position, and I'm not sure that.
Yeah.
Because if I target this, I force the Gamma guaranteed. Or you just hold it. Whichever way, you could just hold it. I think I target this.
The Bogulska.
Big thing.
Yeah. I just don't think I care about that.
Okay.
Eh.
Cherubini effect, pay cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, cost sends.
Yep.
Thought we learned from Undine.
You thought we
res-
learned?
Cherubini effect, okay. Graph effect.
You have 3 in hand.
3.
Tree.
Do I really care if you like unicorn attack over me? No, go ahead. Yeah.
Huh.
Tsuchineko effect.
Burm.
Burm.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
The has been confirmed.
What's your choice of making? Why make Baguska instead of Dweller against BA? If you know you're playing against BA.
Like this is assuming a game 1, isn't it?
Sure.
We
We're
didn't
on
decide,
second.
do we? Yeah. So I'm just doing my default board. Like, yeah,
Double
they're
org.
post side against basically everything. We switched to Dweller because people are much more likely to have the powerful going second cards, and Dweller at least somewhat mitigates the impact of those by being a lingering effect.
Because lingering effects are very healthy, right? You love those effects.
Yeah, my favorite. So yeah. But game one, Baguska is of a comparable power level and also hedges for opponents being able to like attack over Lambda.
So I wasn't expecting you to negate the Tsuchinoko of Monster.
I mean, it felt like your hand didn't do the things, and giving you a draw would be a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, the Upstart Goblin part of it was the bit I was most concerned about.
Sometimes you just gotta negate Upstart Goblin.
I want to say that I've done it, but I don't believe I've ever done it.
I have. I have Ashed Upstart Goblin. It might have been the only card in the hand, but you know.
Huh, neat. Yep.
Pretty good.
One Slurpy boy.
I take this one.
Yeah.
But where do we go from here?
I'm not big enough to attack over things.
Puny human.
Puny Demon.
I think I have to use this because I can't leave the Libic on the field once the Cherubini's gone.
Understandable.
So I have to do that first
Yep.
and get rid of the Tiger because you have to get rid of the Tiger.
Yeah.
And then I can't attack with the Restrict on the field, so I have to get rid of that
Yep.
for the Linkuriboh. And then the Lambda's the only piece of this board that isn't banishing itself in the end phase.
Yep.
And then these two cards are not as good as Appaloosa. So I think that has answered itself on how do I play that turn. Go ahead.
And then this dies.
Yep.
That's a shame.
There's 2 material Appaloosa.
Yes,
Yes.
that's correct.
It was 1600. Do you have a 1700 attack point monster in your Lunalite deck?
No, we're kind of screwed there. I mean, like, I already have Perfume and Graves, so, like, you know. You have nothing I care about crowing. Didn't have anything I cared about crowing that entire turn, did you?
Nope.
Didn't activate anything to try and do stuff from the grave.
Special summon Seer.
It was the only way that I could guarantee to trigger my Fafa.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Indeed.
Quite so.
What are your thoughts on Dimensional Barrier, given things like in the Shuttle Boat stuff?
I think there are just better alternatives
Yeah.
that cover more matchups.
We've come a long way since D-Barrier was the card.
Like,
I mean, you say that as if Pendulum has never been a deck.
DDG is probably just strictly better.
You'd rather that they lost the cards in their hand and performed the fusion summon.
Successfully resolve your fusion summon as a 3-for-1.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I would say they're probably just better cards. Anti-Spell, better against most of those decks. Because the decks that you really want Dimensional Barrier for are either Fusion decks or Pendulum decks, and they all require some sort of spell cards in there.
You've kind of all sorts of nothing going on, right?
All sorts of nothing.
Yeah.
And my extra deck is thoroughly spent.
Good.
But I'm not convinced you can attack over my Appaloosa.
Very easily.
Oh, yeah, you can easily attack over my
I
Appaloosa.
mean, this could also just be a level 4 monster, or any monster that can be normal summoned. And
Yeah, there's a chance you just didn't have one.
I mean, there's not many cards in my deck that aren't summonable monsters or spells that get me monsters.
Nah.
Like, I have absolutely no idea what the line is. It's probably just Utopia. Just actual Utopia.
Am I drawing a real
I
card?
think Dweller attacks over it.
I'm not drawing a real card. We'll call it that.
Okay, I think that is gonna end the stream as well because we're now 25-2.
So the line I should have taken is respect the fact that you might negate Tsuchinoko, get the 1,000 eyes earlier, try and take this, and you have to negate that.
Yeah.
At that point, if I used my Tsuchinoko and draw a card, discarding the card in my hand that was doing absolutely nothing, I can start thinking about where to go from there.
Yeah, sure.
So I have options on using these two for Dante, try and find new cards.
Yeah. Like your current set of cards didn't do enough, so you needed the Tsuchinoko to resolve the draw one to try and turn a dead card into a live card.
Yeah.
But we figured it out.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Damn you for not blessing my box hard enough, but you know.
We tried, boys. We tried.
We got a
We
sheet.
got the cot sheet, so they didn't do that badly.
Yep. Oh,
Better than my box.
I can now go home and start thinking about how am I gonna combo with this cross sheep and if it's gonna make the grade. But yeah, thank you to everyone for tuning in, and we will see you likely on Thursday for a local stream, and definitely in Utrecht. So have a good time, and we'll see you there.